My name is Ted Wilson. I'm the chair of the Governor's Council on Balanced Resources. And it's my pleasure to say hi to all you and welcome you. We have a very interesting meeting today. We're delighted to have Director Bob Abbey of the Bureau of Land Management out in Washington. And we're delighted to have Juan Palma, the director of the Utah BLM, with us also. And of course we have our Governor Gary R. Herbert, and we'll hear from them in just a moment after my opening instructions and remarks. This meeting will run from probably 2:15 now to, we had 3:45 scheduled, but we'll go closer to 4 o'clock to make up for the delay. After this meeting, we'll have another meeting of the Balanced Resource Council on a totally separate agenda. You have that on your agenda on the reverse side. We'd like to welcome all of you to stay for that if you wish. You can leave if you want. We'll have a break during that period of time between the two meetings. Bob Abbey has been with the BLM for over 27 years. He served 8 years as the Nevada State Director for the U.S. Bureau of Land Management. From 1999 through 2005, Bob Abbey was chairman of the Executive Committee for the implementation of the Southern Nevada Public Lands Management Act. He was a partner in the private consultant firm called Abbey, Stubbs & Ford prior to his request by the President of the United States to be Bureau of Land Management Chief. We're delighted to have Bob here and welcome him here to deal with the important question of a new federal directive under Secretarial Order 3310 directing the BLM to designate certain areas as wildlands. I'll let Bob explain that in more detail, but I'd like to now go to Governor Gary Herbert for his opening remarks. Governor?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Ted, and welcome everybody. I appreciate the importance of this discussion today and the need for some clarification. And hopefully that'll lead to understanding and hopefully a solution and some kind of positive outcome and result. Just by way of setting the stage, Director Abbey called me on December 23rd at approximately 9 o'clock in the morning and to let me know that there was going to be a press conference held in Denver announcing this new secretarial order. I was a little caught off guard, as I've told Bob, and I was on my way to another function and was not able to engage with him very long on the telephone. In fact, I said, I assume that you're going to have the press conference at noon regardless of what I say. And he said, yeah, that's true. This is kind of an FYI. And I appreciate the fact that they did call me. But I said, I have some concerns and some issues, and he invited me to call him back later that day, which I did, and we spent some time on the telephone. As the issue kind of unfolded, I could tell there were going to be some concerns, and certainly the question is, what is the impact of the Secretarial Order 3310 going to have on our efforts here in Utah to come together on the public land issue? We have made, this administration, a significant effort in trying to reach out and embrace everybody's points of view and see if we could address the public land issue rather than have the constant fighting and bickering that we've seen over the last decade. And we've had some great successes. I would point to what's taken place with the embracement of the environmental community and Bill Barrett Corporation and 9 Mile Canyon on the West Tavalputz Plateau. I think that was a landmark agreement on the proverbial win-win. And I think we are headed in the right direction to solve some of the contentious problems and actually have some positive results. I'm one who believes that we can have development, responsible development of our public lands as the charter of the BLM requires, multiple use, and do those developments in environmentally sensitive ways. And certainly we have need in the rural parts of Utah for economic development, opportunity, and natural resource development is one of the main tools that they have available to them in rural parts of Utah. And heavens knows that we need energy. And the traditional forms of energy are still in demand and needed, although we're exploring other opportunities for renewables in this state. That being said, again, we want to make sure we're doing things in an appropriate way as we manage the public lands and in our own backyard. So with that, the concern I mentioned to Bob, I said, Bob, there's a lot of confusion here, and it's starting today with this effort. We're kind of blindsided on it. We've done a lot in trying to work together, and I fear that this may cause some repercussions, and all the goodwill we've built up could be lost. With that, we had further discussion, and I said, Director Abbey, it'd be nice if you could come out to Utah, and sooner rather than later, and address this issue and see if you can add some clarification to this so we can understand what this means. What does it mean? What's it going to cause to have happen? What is it not going to cause to have happen? And to Director Abbey's credit, he said, I'll come out there as soon as we can. And that's what brings him and Juan today here. It's a short time frame, and I appreciate them accommodating their schedules to come out here and visit with us here today. So I want to welcome Bob and Juan here, and I know there's a lot of concerns and issues that the Balanced Resource Council will want to address, and we have opportunity for the public to probably ask some questions too. But this is a big issue, and I don't want to overstate nor understate the importance of this, but we need to have some understanding as far as what Secretary Order 3310 really does in fact mean to us here in the state of Utah particularly. I would just add this, that the interest is not just in Utah. I've had contacts from other Intermountain states, other governors that are concerned about this issue and ramifications that it has in their own state. And they're aware that Director Abbey's here and are wanting me to make sure that their voices are being made known, but they are concerned about the impacts and ramifications of this also. So with that, I appreciate everybody being here. I know the emotions behind this. Again, I hope that all of us remember the civility and respect that we owe each other, even if we have differences of opinion, and show a good Utah welcome to Director Abbey and Regional Director Juan Palmer. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Ted.
Let's go directly to the director and have him speak to us. Bob Abbey.